Hello everyone. You all have come from class 10. Now you have entered into a new journey, that is class 11. Okay, it is more deep from class 10. Okay, so our first topic is physical world. Okay, basically from this topic you will not get any question in board, not get any question in IIT, not get any question in NEET, nowhere you will get any question from this chapter. Okay, so you will ask me, why do we read, sir? So this first chapter tells about the whole syllabus of class 11 and 12. Okay, so just listen it once or twice. It will be more interesting for you. Okay, in which you have entered, in which world you are entering. Okay, so this will be more interesting. So first we read science. Okay, first we do not divide these things, physics, chemistry, bio, whatever. We do not divide. First we tell about science. Okay, so what is basically that science? Okay, so human being, you, me, all over the world, human being are always curious to know about the truth of natural phenomena. Okay, to reveal the truth of natural phenomena. Okay, and we all do experiment and experiment. Okay, observation, experiment, and got new things. Okay, about our natural phenomena. Few natural phenomena are like apple is falling down. Few natural phenomena are like my voice, you can hear my voice. Okay, so there are lots of natural phenomena. The wave in sea. Okay, so there are lots of physical phenomena. We always want to reveal the truth of these natural phenomena. What is the reason? Okay, so we want to find that why this type of question, why this, sir? So this type of question, we want to always find the answer of this why and what. Okay, so science is basically divided into two parts. Okay, the science is basically divided into two parts. One is natural science. Okay, in this science we read about the natural phenomena including biological life. Okay, and next one, social science. In this topic we read about the behavior of human race. Okay, so we will deal about this natural science. Okay, and the natural science is divided into many parts. Okay, so there is a word, Greek word, whose meaning is nature. Okay, so from this nature, this word comes physics. So what is physics? A big question, sir. What is physics? Physics tells about the laws, tells about the basic laws which explain the whole natural world. Okay, so this is basically the basic laws which explain the physical world. Okay, which explain the physical world. So if you ask me what is physics, okay, then how will I tell you that there are lots of things which are explained by physics, like my sound is heard by you. Okay, like the rising of sun and going up of the sun, that means day and night. The waves in sea. Okay, the falling down of apple. Okay, the moving of moon around the earth, moving of earth around the sun. Okay, these all things are explained by this physics. Okay, so physics is holding all all the world. Okay, so we can tell physics is a love. Okay, so we can tell physics is a love. Okay, we can tell this. And this physics is known about the king of science. Physics is known about the king of science, and mathematics is known about the queen of science. Okay, so mathematics, why mathematics is known about the queen of science? I can tell one thing, that to explain physics, to explain all the basic laws, all the natural phenomena, we express all kind of laws in some mathematical formula. Okay, so mathematics helps us to express all kinds of basic laws into a new expression. Okay, into a easier expression. And that mathematical formula is so beautiful. Mathematical formula is so beautiful. Okay, and beautiful means queen. Okay, so physics is king of science, and mathematics, and this mathematics is the language of physics. Okay, this mathematics is the language of physics. To express physics, we need the help of language, that is mathematics. Okay, so in this 11 and 12, we will see how mathematics is related, very related to physics. Okay, it is very related. We cannot go forward without math in physics. Okay, now come to the scope and excitement of physics. Okay, scope of physics. This thing basically tells about the syllabus of our 11 and 12. Okay, so scope of physics and syllabus, if you see class 11-12 books, almost all kind of chapters are there, in that book. Okay, so if you take mechanics, light, modern physics, atom molecules, electromagnetism, everything are there in physics in your class 11-12 book. Okay, but all the chapters are not covered in more deep. Okay, they are just over chapters are there. So if you take the syllabus, before going to that syllabus, we can divide physics into two parts. One is macroscopic and another is microscopic. Microscopic means very small. Okay, this thing is just discovered. Microscopic physics is just discovered nowadays. In macroscopic physics, it is very old physics. Okay, in macroscopic physics, or we can tell it classical physics, this is also very important, and there are two other domains. We cannot mix them, because the laws related to here will not be applicable here, and the laws related to here will not be applicable here. Okay, in macroscopic physics you will get mechanics. Second one, you will get thermodynamics. Third one, you will get electrodynamics or electromagnetism. And fourth one is optics. Okay, and in microscopic, or it is also known as quantum physics. Okay, in our syllabus, 11-12 syllabus, it is known as modern physics. Okay, modern physics. And in modern physics there are atom and nuclei, atoms and nuclei. Okay, modern physics you will get semiconductor. So these things are basically there. Okay, now come to our syllabus. So I am dividing this syllabus into few parts. Number 1, mechanics. Number 2, thermodynamics. Number 3, electromagnetism. Number 4, optics. Okay. Number 5, modern physics. Okay. Among these two part will read in class 11. Okay, and these 3 part will read in class 12. Okay, in mechanics we will see Newton's laws of motion. Second one, rigid body and rotation. Third one, flotation, Archimedes principle, Bernoulli's theorem, that we will read. Fourth one, SHM and waves. Okay, these are the things. Next, in thermodynamics we will see few laws. Okay, then heat. Okay, then heat engine, then refrigerator, etc. Okay, so these are the parts we will cover in class 11. In 12, in electromagnetism, we will see electrostat. That means when charges are at rest. Second one, current electricity. Third one, capacitor. Fourth one, AC current. Okay, and then magnetism and Earth's magnet. Okay, mainly these parts we will read. Next, in optics we will see the wave nature, particle nature of light. Okay, then mirrors, lens, prism, rainbow, optical instruments. Okay, these are the parts we will see inside optics. Next, modern physics, atoms and nuclei, semiconductor. Okay, semiconductor. These are the things mainly. Okay, so these are your syllabus in class 11, 12. These are your syllabus. Okay, so are you seeing what is the vast syllabus in class 11 and 12? So this is not class 10. So class 11 and 12, this is more hard. So you have to keep in patience with you. You have to do hard work. Okay, if you have talent or don't have talent, it's okay, but you have to do the hard work. After hard work, you can win everything. Okay, so now I am going to tell a new thing on which all the natural phenomena and all the physics are based on. That is unification and reductionism. Okay, So what are these two things? So first one, unification. Unification means we always want to explain any physical quantity by one single law. Okay, we always want to find that law which will explain all the phenomena. That is unification. So there are few examples. There are lots of examples we can unify in this way, like falling of apple, okay, like motion of earth around the sun, okay, like swinging of pendulum, okay. So all these things, so falling of apple, okay, motion of earth around the sun, okay, swinging of pendulum, all these phenomena, there are lots of phenomena. All these phenomena are explained by what? Explained by gravitation. Okay, explained by gravitation. We can see another one like conservation of energy. This is another law, conservation of energy. And based on this conservation of energy, there are lots of natural phenomena. So, okay, so all those natural phenomena can be combined into a single box named as conservation of energy. So like Lenz law that we will read in electromagnetism. Okay, another one is Bernoulli's principle. This thing we will read in flotation chapter. Okay, another thing is Kirchhoff's second law. Okay, this will read in class 12 in current electricity chapter. Okay, another one is total mechanical energy is constant, that is motion of a body under conservative force like gravity. Okay, like this thing also, swinging of pendulum also can be explained. So there are lots of things. So these natural phenomena can be explained by conservation of energy. Okay, there are many things which can be explained with different laws. Okay, so this is unification. So we want to go to the center of the physics. Okay, center means only one law. So we want to go to the center of the physics. Okay, so this is unification. Another one is reductionism. Reductionism means what? Suppose you are dealing with a very complex natural phenomena, okay, very complex physical phenomena, then how will you deal? You will divide that phenomena into part. Okay, then solve part by part and go to the result, go to the answer, reach to the answer. Okay, so reductionism is basically what? To divide a complex physical phenomena into small part. Okay, then find the relation between those parts. Okay, combine them together at the end, and at the end reach to the answer. Okay, so this is reductionism. Now come to physics, technology and society. Physics plus technology, society. Okay, so whenever physics and technology combine, a new thing is generated, and that new thing is always for the upgradation of society. Okay, so sometimes for the upgradation of physics we generate technology first. Okay, first we invent a technology From that technology we find the what is the physical laws behind that technology. And reverse is also true. Sometimes we generate a new thing in physics, we are observing, we are experimenting and got new thing, then we want to apply that new thing into a new technology. Okay, so like engine, heat engine. Okay, heat engine. So heat engine has one thing, that is efficiency. Okay, heat engine has one thing, that is efficiency. So at the beginning of generation of heat engine, okay, or inventing the heat engine, the efficiency was not so high. Okay, as day goes on, we thought that its efficiency should be increased so that the heat engine can work properly. Okay, so efficiency increase. How to increase efficiency? How to increase efficiency? Okay, how to engine efficiency? From this thing we get thermodynamics. Okay, so this is technology. We want to upgrade the technology. Okay, then we invent a new stream, that is thermodynamics. Another thing, we will read about semiconductor. Okay, we'll read about semiconductor. So semiconductor is a physics branch. Semiconductor. We'll read this in class 12. So semiconductor, nowadays there are lots of experiment with semiconductor, diode. Okay, those things are going on. So semiconductor, and in semiconductor there is a very important part, diode. Okay, diode. So from this semiconductor we study the silicon chip. We study silicon chip. Okay, we upgrade the physics. We upgrade the physics using these things, experimenting these things. We are upgrading the physics. Then where will we apply this thing? Where will we apply? So application comes here, that nowadays we use mobile, nowadays we use laptop, computer, nowadays we use LED TV, light emitting diode. Okay, this is the application of diode. So there are these things like computer, laptop, mobile, LED TV. So these are the new things in society. Okay, so for upgrading the technology we generate new branch of physics. When we already generate new branch of physics, we apply this and get new technology. Okay, so these things help us to do work easily. Okay, these things will help us to do work easily. But physics means this technology, physics plus technology, these things are not always helpful for society. Okay, sometimes it becomes the curse of society, but it is in our hand. Okay, how will we apply? It is in our hand. So if we apply the physics plus technology into the upgradation, for the upgradation of society, then it will help the people, otherwise it will destroy the human beings. Okay, like nuclear energy. Okay, nuclear energy, from that it is a nuclear power plant, you can tell. From nuclear power plant we can generate lots of energy. Okay, now if we use that energy into a good thing, for the upgradation of society, for giving light, for giving electricity, then it is helpful for the society. And if we think that we will make atom bomb, we will destroy the human beings, we will destroy the country, then it is the curse of science, curse of physics. Okay, okay. Next we will see that there are 4 fundamental forces in nature. Okay, 4 fundamental forces, only 4 fundamental forces, and with the application of those 4 fundamental forces we can explain any other thing. Okay, so fundamental forces, fundamental forces. What are those? First one, gravitational force. Gravitational force. Okay. Second one, Second one, electromagnetic force. Electromagnetic force. Third one, strong nuclear force. And fourth one, weak nuclear force. Okay. Now if we discuss about the gravitational force, it is only that kind of force acted between two objects throughout the universe, and their two objects would have mass. Okay, so this is mass related force. This is basically mass related force, and it is weakest force found in nature. It is the weakest force found in nature, and it is independent of medium. Okay. Electromagnetic force, it is related to charge. Plus will repel each other, minus also will repel each other, and plus minus will attract each other. Okay, this thing you know, all of you know, I hope. And here this force is also independent of medium. Okay, if there is a medium or no medium, it's okay, fine. Gravitational force will act, electromagnetic force will also act. Okay. Third one, strong nuclear force. This force act only inside the nucleus of atom. Okay, inside the nucleus there are protons and neutrons. Okay, Okay, and we all know that proton will repel each other because they have positively charged. But in this region, in the small region, that means the range of strong nuclear force is 10 to the power minus 15 meter. That means only inside the nucleus. There is another force is generated, that is strong nuclear force, which bound them together inside the nucleus. Okay, which bound them together. So this force basically act between neutron proton. Okay, in these three cases, all the cases, so the strong nuclear force will act. Strong nuclear force will hold them. So this is basically attractive force, and the range of the force is 10 to the power minus 15 meter. Okay, beyond this range, this strong nuclear force will not act, and it is the strongest force in nature. It is the strongest force in nature. Okay. And weak nuclear force basically we will see in radiation, so radioactive decays, like alpha, beta, gamma decays. Okay, in nuclear fission. Okay, so in nuclear fission, what happens? The uranium atom or heavy atom breaks, okay, into two almost same mass atoms, okay, and a large amount of energy is released. Okay, so nuclear fission. And one very good episode is there related to this nuclear fission. Okay, nuclear power plant energy that everyone can see. Chernobyl. Okay, Chernobyl, there are 5 episodes of 1 hour. You can watch this. What happens basically in nuclear fission, nuclear reactor, you can understand from that episode. You can see this. Okay, so these are the 4 forces. Among these 4 forces, strong nuclear force is the strongest force in nature, and gravitational force is the weakest force in nature. So what are their which one is more than which one, so we'll write it here that strong nuclear force will be at the beginning, strong nuclear force. Okay, it is greatest. Then we will see electromagnetic force, electromagnetic force, then we will get weak nuclear force, and at the end we will get gravitational force. Okay, this is the order. Now if we take strong nuclear force as 1, okay, then electromagnetic force will be 10 to the power minus 2. Okay, that means strong nuclear force is 100 times stronger than electromagnetic force. Weak nuclear force will be 10 to the power minus 13, and gravitational force will be 10 to the power minus 38. That means 1 by 1 0 0 0 0 0, that means 38 zeros. This one by 1 0 0 0 0, 13 zeros. Okay, this is 1 by 100. So strong nuclear force is 10 to the power 38 times stronger than gravitational force. Okay, how much you can understand? Okay, but we will not separate gravitational force. We will read this, we will read it properly. We will see that there are many new things which we have not read it properly throughout the days. So we will see gravitational force, how it is related to other terms, all these things we will read it in details. Okay, so these are all the things, these are the 4 forces, and at the end in physics we always want to find the conservation laws. We always want to find the conservation laws. There are many conservation laws, like conservation of energy, okay, conservation of mechanical energy, you can tell, conservation of energy, another part, conservation of momentum, conservation of mass, conservation of charge. Okay, many things are there. So first one, conservation of energy. Conservation of energy means in an isolated system total energy will remain constant. It may convert from one form to the other form. Heat energy is converted to the work. Okay, work will always convert into heat. Okay, so in this way conversion is fine, but total energy in that isolated system will be conserved. Second one, conservation of mechanical energy. Conservation of mechanical energy. Okay, mechanical energy means total or addition of potential energy and kinetic energy. Okay, here under all forces this thing will not act. Okay, this conservation will not follow. So here provided the motion will be under conservative force. Okay, under conservative force. We will know the meaning of conservative force. Okay, so one example I am giving, that is when an object is dropped from a height. Okay, when an object is dropped from a height suppose h, and object is dropped, it will move down. Okay, and at every point if we calculate the total energy, total mechanical energy at every point of its motion, that means total potential energy plus kinetic energy, then we will see that this is constant throughout its path, and that constant is mgh. Okay, this thing we have already done. Okay, so this motion is under gravity, and gravitational force is one of conservative force. Okay, for that reason we get this thing, conservation of mechanical energy. Another one is conservation of momentum. This thing we will also do in Newton's laws of motion. Okay, conservation of momentum means if there is no external force acting on the body, then the total momentum before action and after action will be constant. Okay, this thing we mainly use in collision. Okay, or explosion of atom bomb. Okay, so there is no external force acting on that atom bomb to explode. There is an internal force. Okay, so whenever there is no external force, total momentum of the system remains conserved. Fourth one, conservation of mass. Conservation of mass. Okay, conservation of mass. Here we apply this relation, E is equal to delta m into c square. This is the Einstein mass energy relationship. Whatever the mass is reduced, that mass will be converted into energy, and the formula is this one. C is the speed of light. Okay, this formula we will use in atom nuclear chapter. Okay, in the nuclear reactions or in the atomic reactions, there are few laws of mass. Okay, between reactants and product. Okay, when we calculate their mass, the total mass of reactants and products, we will see that there is a mass difference. Okay, mass of product is less than mass of reactants. So where does that mass go? Rest of the mass will go. So that mass will be converted into energy. Okay, so we will get some energy from that reaction. Okay, from nuclear fission, fusion, we will see that thing. Okay, reduced mass, there is one term, reduced mass into c square. Okay, sometime in one thing we tell it q value of the reaction. Okay, so we will discuss one by one, don't worry. Fifth is conservation of charge. Okay, this thing you have already done. Conservation of charge you have already done in class 10. Whenever there is a reaction and the question is what will be the mass number, what will be the atomic number of this thing. Okay, so there what you did, equate mass numbers on both sides. Total mass number of left side equal to total mass number on right side. For atomic number also, total atomic number on left side and total atomic number on right side. Okay, so in this way you have done this conservation of charge. Okay, conservation of charge means no charge will be created and destroyed inside an isolated system. Okay, charge may be, suppose I am taking this thing, this is a system, there is suppose plus 2 coulomb, plus 2 coulomb, plus 5 coulomb and minus 3 coulomb, 3 charges. So if we shake this thing, shake this system, and suppose some charges are breaking down and it becomes plus 1 coulomb, plus 8 coulomb, so it will be minus 5 coulomb. So total charge inside this and total charge inside this is remaining same. Okay, that means conservation of charge. Okay, so this is the basic thing what we will discuss in the forward or upcoming classes. Okay, in class 11 and 12, what is the syllabus? Okay, this is the syllabus for also NEET, IIT and IIT mains, advanced. Okay, so these are the syllabus mainly for our board. Okay, so we will discuss one by one as we go on in class 11 and 12. We will discuss one by one. So stay with me and get the education from this. Okay, so students, you have entered into a long journey of class 11 and 12. So and you have also entered into a long journey of your career. Okay, there are lots of options in front of you after class 11 and 12. So you have to be serious. Okay, and you have to do hard work to reach at your goal. Okay, so keep patience and have your talent, it is okay, but do the hard work. Okay.